Hello, my name is Morgan. My sign name is an M and it goes down. The woman that gave me my sign name thought that I had the most beautiful hair. So sign names are very personal. You can only get them from someone in the deaf community. So I got mine from a sweet little lady that she actually was the one that helped me learn how to sign and how to carry on conversations and things like that. So I've been signing for a little over 12 years. I lost my hearing when I was 7, and I started signing when I was 8. So a basic definition of ASL is that it's a visual language. It uses signs. The brain processes the information through the eyes instead of through the mouth, like it does with English. So with any spoken language, ASL has its own unique rules. It has its own grammar and syntax. It's its own language. So with all languages, ASL is considered a living language, which means that it's growing and it's changing over time. But it's an amazing language. If you've ever wanted to learn, do it. It's awesome. So my experience in the hard of hearing community is that there really isn't a hard of hearing community. There's a hearing community and there's a deaf community. I kind of fit in both. But in the deaf community, it's its own community. So there's a level of like intimacy in a sense, just because the people around you understand what you're going through. The people around you in the deaf community are there to help, especially people that lose their hearing over time, like I am. I have a friend that she's been deaf since birth, and she's very active. She's a deaf activist. She's amazing. She has kind of been like my mentor through it all. So there's a level of intimacy with ASL. So something that I have experienced being hard of hearing, something that I struggle to get across in specific situations, is that if you are speaking to someone that is deaf or hard of hearing, don't yell. There's a myth that if you, or a stereotype that if you yell at someone that's deaf or hard of hearing, it'll help. It doesn't. It's not beneficial. It doesn't help the situation. It actually distorts the construction of your mouth. So I lip read. That's something that I've done for a very long time. I've gotten really good at it. And if you're yelling, first of all, I can't understand because your mouth is distorted, but it doesn't help. Every deaf and hard of hearing person has their own best form of communication. I have a friend that she uses a notepad because she's deaf mute, so she doesn't speak and she's deaf. She uses a notepad. She gets her point across. She's very blunt with what she has to say. Just because if not, she has to type a lot, or she has to write a lot. It's every deaf or hard of hearing person has their own best form of communication. Mine is to lip read or to sign. I've gotten really good at it. So something that I really enjoy about ASL is that it's open to anyone. My roommate is trying to learn ASL just so that when we're in crowded places, or if we need to talk to each other and we can't, that we can. That it's so inclusive and everyone has an opportunity to learn if you want to. My really good friend, she actually she's part of the hearing world, but when she found out that I was losing my hearing, she kind of went out of her way to learn. So it's an amazing opportunity, and the fact that it's so inclusive and I can speak to anyone or I can sign to anyone that knows it, is amazing to me. So something that I want to make aware to everyone is that we are just like you. There's obviously we do things a little bit differently, but we're the same. The only thing that's different is that we can't hear you. It's really hard. I mean, if you think about it, it's really hard being deaf, and it's really hard being hard of hearing. But we have our own challenges. But everyone faces it in their own way. it's difficult, but not impossible. And another thing is if you have ever thought about learning ASL for any reason, do it. It's so beneficial for not only you, but for whatever job you're going into. If you know how to sign, that's something that people look out for, because then you're bilingual. And not only that, I've been in grocery stores where I've seen deaf people struggling to communicate with a worker, or with like the cashier and things like that, and I've gone out of my way to go up and introduce myself and tell them that I can sign and that I can help them with what they need. So if you have any inkling of wanting to learn ASL, do it. It's amazing. There's a website, it's called lifeprint.com. They actually, it's filtered through Gallaudet University, but there's a website that you can learn ASL off of, and if that's something that you want to do, I would highly suggest it. So I love ASL. It's a big part of my life. I love the language. Everyone around me has been so accommodating, and willing to learn, or willing to sit down and help me and things like that. So if you have any questions for me, obviously, I'm not going to be there to answer them, but if you have any questions, you can talk to Grant, and Grant can get back to me on it. So yeah, you guys have a great day. Or I'll teach you. So have a great day is have a, or good, I'm going to say good. So have a good day.